Hey guys, welcome to the Music Roundtable with your hosts, Lyle, Vicky, Kim, and Clint, where we discuss our opinions and experiences across many varieties of music. The music we love and maybe we don't. So sit back, grab a coffee or something harder, and get into the groove with the Music Roundtable.
Crazy. All right, we going?
Yeah.
We're going.
All right.
Welcome.
Yes.
What are we doing?
Tea party.
Tea party. I keep going back to we're doing grunge. I think it's because this paper is sitting here telling me we're doing grunge.
No.
That's next.
Tea party.
Tea party.
The
So-
Tea Party.
The tea party.
The tea party.
So sorry.
So
The tea party.
we saw him in October last year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Which I believe I did see him once before, according to Clint.
Yeah. Well, because we've seen it too many times. I can't even tell you how many times I've seen the tea
Well,
party.
apparently they opened up for Def Leppard. I don't remember, but
I say, and then you guys saw them just recently again, right?
Yeah,
and then we all saw
We
them
saw
again.
them in
Yeah.
Abbotsford because
Yeah.
was November 26th.
Oh, November. There we go.
He just
brought out
consulted his concert T-shirt.
Yes.
Which I keep thinking that we just saw him in the last couple of months.
It feels like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that's why I was like, we're going again? What the
Yeah.
F? But
That's because I feel like I just, oh right,
We
I
did
did
just see
just
them.
So
them.
I just saw him at the Commodore.
yes. And then we saw them on the island the next,
next
day.
Yeah.
Because, we couldn't not see them because Clint would have wanted to see them, but it was our anniversary that day. And I was like, we're not going to the tea party on our anniversary.
Well, theoretically, that was the day after our anniversary.
Well, okay,
but
but-
we wanted to go do something for the anniversary. So I was not in town.
Yes.
So then he found out that, they're playing on the island. We could go then. I was like,
With Our
I
Lady
guess,
Peace. So we kinda-
yeah, that's fair. It was with Our Lady.
That's how I
Peace,
sold it to
that's-
her.
Good job.
Yes.
Good job.
That's how he did it. Yes. Okay, so go for it. So how was your event?
Well, I was going to say, he was going to
Little-
talk about Tea Party just in general.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Let's hear about it.
So they formed in 90. Well, they've been around before then, but they signed in 93.
Wow, that long ago?
Yeah. So obviously at the height of grunge,
That's
I
why you've
guess you
seen them
could
so many
say.
times you've lost count.
Yeah. I don't even remember them being around in 93, but
Yep.
okay.
And a good Canadian band
Yes.
from Windsor. So they've actually been around since 1990, but signed in 93.
Okay.
I remember seeing them on Much Music.
Do you?
Yeah, they just
would've
released
been
the Transmission.
Yeah, it would have been Transmission album came
Yeah.
out. So like this stuff, like when they're signed and all this was albums before,
Yeah.
we would have necessarily known them in mainstream.
Oh, okay.
It was Temptation that kind of got me hooked. Just
Oh,
the whole
it's
intro.
very
and-
good, yeah.
Yeah, there's something
It was a
about
dark
so-
album, and I love that
Yeah.
album.
Yeah, which we'll get to. But yeah. And they just progressed. A couple of number one singles in Canada, and they were big in Ireland and Australia as
really
well.
big, really big in Australia, but that's also pending to Jeff Martin's solo career.
Yeah. And they, I guess, disbanded due to creative differences in 2005, which I didn't realize. Got back together in 2011, and that's it. Been back together ever since. So
And I've seen them way too many times.
yes, you have. I'm trying to. When Donna and I saw them at the Commodore, I was like, "How do we describe their music?" And I'm thinking, well, Eastern
Eastern,
music,
yeah.
like Eastern with Zeppelin kind of feel, kind of harder edge part.
I
That's
feel like
the
the
best way
Doors,
you-
I can feel the Doors in there. Like there's
Yeah.
a lot. What would you say, Clint?
I almost want to use the term that Adam was talking about. It's world music.
Yeah.
And he actually, when on the show we just saw, is, with one band, you have never traveled so much.
That's right.
And because they pull influences from
all over the
all
world, yeah.
over the
Yes.
world. So they bring in Middle Eastern sounds and I'm trying to remember what the one was where he actually said he pulled it from. But yeah, like they pull sounds from all over, but put, the hard rock metal edge to it. And I find it like it's not for everybody.
No.
No,
But I find it very melodic.
It's soothing.
I get teased relentlessly because whenever I see them live, they play the songs. I know the songs, and I will admit, I get goosebumps when they play songs. Some people think I have a man crush on them. I don't.
But that's okay.
You can't.
But-
I never said you couldn't have it. I do think you do have a man crush
don't
on
have a
him
man
because
crush on him.
I think it's his voice. I think it's the way he plays. I'm not saying it's necessarily like a sexual man crush, but you can have like a that kind of an appreciation for somebody, no matter what their sex is.
Yes.
That's there.
So what?
Good explanation.
But it's the music.
I looked
it's
up.
the music
Yes,
that I like.
but it's the person.
So it's been described as, they're regarded as a progressive rock band. Their style fuses blues, industrial rock, and psych blasted progressive rock with Middle Eastern influences.
Yeah.
The band has described their style as rock and roll. So it's a very emotional style of alternative rock with hints of grunge and even some touches of Oriental music.
Okay, I agree with that part.
Yeah, like what I would take.
Because of the sitar.
Yeah.
Well, see, what I would take
all
is
that
it would refer back to like Led Zeppelin and Beatles of the time.
Yeah.
Because they took those
And,
Middle Eastern
influences.
influences and brought it into the mainstream. And it's just the next level. Like, obviously, you're talking, 30 years after Zeppelin and the Beatles, and that's so they're the next generation
Correct.
of it. And obviously, I'm a huge fan of Zeppelin to begin with. So,
What did he say in Abbotsford when he said that he was going to take us on a little, was it tour of
the world.
places of the
Yeah,
world?
tour
Yeah,
of the
because
world,
it was
yeah.
like
Yeah.
because
Well,
Temptation and
Yeah.
Well, that's the
because
song.
he's doing a storytelling
Yeah.
with the song, but also he starts with a story.
Yes.
And that's what I think we like about him, or them, if you want to put it that way, is they actually, what do you call that? They weave the magic with the words that he's saying before they even sing. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So kind of, I think that's what you like.
It is. Yeah. When you go to one of their shows, you are going on a journey. And you may not be understanding necessarily all the words and everything in that sense, but the music takes you somewhere else. And like where you were lucky enough to see in the Commodores, because I've seen them numerous times at the Commodore. Commodore is an excellent venue for them. And like you feel the music when you were in that building.
Yeah, the Commodore's an amazing one.
Our experience just recently was like, I still get the feel, but it's a little different because I was in an open air arena when I saw them, so it doesn't have that same thing. But when you're in the Commodore, Jeff Burrows plays on the drums, you feel the drums literally shaking the building. And like the whole sound is shaking the building. Like
It's like a heartbeat.
yeah, it's just an immersive experience.
So it was a completely different experience seeing them outside at a festival. It was a good experience. It wasn't a bad experience, but it was definitely different than that intimate venue like we're used to when we see the Tea Party.
Did it bring you back to Fox Fest?
Yes, it did. Oh my gosh. Actually, 100%. It was like Fox Fest. And because I'm one of those people that just can't pay attention to the stage, I have to be
She's a
looking
people
around.
watcher.
So
Yeah.
I saw two ladies get into a fight, and I'm just like watching them like scrap, and they were on each other. And then I saw the cops running from one side of the field to them and pulling them apart. And I'm like, tapping Clint because he's full on watching the stage, of course. And I'm like, do you see this? Do you see this? He's like, what? I say, did you not see the two girls fighting? He's like, no. I was like, did you see the cops run across the field? No. But he saw them taking them away. And I was like, yeah, you got it. And then you see all the kids like rolling around and running around and everybody like dancing and all in the field. And it was definitely it felt like we were back in 1993.
Awesome.
Fox Fest. For that, it was a really good experience. Yeah. Outside in the fresh air. Yeah. Seeing them all on stage.
Yeah, no, it was really cool being in that kind of thing. Like I said, it's different, but it was still cool. Like, it's a little weird because obviously I'm used to seeing them late at night and being dark and stuff.
It was daylight.
This one was a little weird for me. Like I've seen them at the Commodore, and like I've gone to a Commodore week, like during a weekday, gone out there middle of the winter, and you go and you see them and they don't start till 9 o'clock, and like I don't leave till 1, like almost 2 in the morning to come on home. So this one was a little weird because it was a festival. They were the co-headliner or whatever. So there's one more act coming. So for them to be finished by, what was it, 7:30?
7:30.
Yeah, that would be weird.
It felt a little weird.
Yeah. But it was getting
sunshine's still out.
Yeah. It was like getting to that part where it was getting like a little bit dark, but it wasn't. Yeah, it was dark for Our Lady Peace.
Yeah, it wasn't full on dark yet, whatever, but it was interesting.
Well, considering we saw him in Abbotsford.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And like you said, apparently I've seen him open for Def Leppard, which I don't remember.
Yeah.
Do you prefer, like, what did you prefer? The way it was in Abbotsford? Like in a, I guess, arena?
Commodore.
Or would you prefer the
If it came down to it, it would be Commodore every time, because Commodore, it only houses so many people, and because you're in that enclosed space and the way the sound carries in the Commodore, like that's why I like the Commodore, is when you're there, like you are there. It doesn't matter if you're up in the top bleachers or whatever, like the top mezzanine or whatever, you are there.
Well,
and you're
and
immersed into it.
With that concert too, because Headstones played as well at that.
Yeah.
We've seen both of them at the Commodore, and I would say both of them played. Not that they didn't play any better at that venue, but that venue I still have a problem with. There's something wrong with that venue. So comparatively,
That's Abbotsford that you're talking about. Yeah,
Abbotsford. Comparatively to the Commodore has their shit locked down, right?
Yeah.
Like it's good. So we
It's
still
set up
liked
for
it.
music.
Its purpose
It's for
that, yeah.
for music and dancing and all that kind of stuff. But GM plays, or sorry, not GM plays, but Rogers Arena, they're pretty good with concerts, and they've done concerts for a long time. So hopefully the Forum, right? Forum?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully they, start to learn from their mistakes, and because Bryan Adams is coming. So
Well, when I did see live,
yeah.
that was much better sound.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so because I know you guys had a hard time when we saw them at the Forum, one where you were sitting, so the lights were in your eyes and stuff like that, but also you guys didn't seem to like it as much, right?
No.
So I think that's partially the venue, because they're still the same
I had
band.
no issues with Finger 11, and I
Yeah.
had no issues with Tea Party. I just wanted to see more of the Tea Party,
Yeah,
honestly. And that's what happened at the Commodore.
yeah, which
Well,
is nice, right?
And not realizing that how many times they've played the Commodore. It's like every couple of years. And
Yeah.
I'm like, because he
Sometimes
said
twice
something
a
about
year.
that. He said, this is our home.
Yeah,
And I'm like, oh, well, how many times have they played?
Oh my
Looked it
God.
up. I'm like,
so
how
many
did
times.
I not go to it?
I don't know. I went
Yeah,
to
how
them.
did you not?
Well, that's it. Like even standing outside, like we thought the doors opened up the show started at 8, but it didn't. The doors opened up at 8. But we had so many people come by, probably because of FIFA.
Yeah.
And they're asking, what concert are you guys going to? And we're like, the Tea Party. And they're like, we didn't know they were coming. That would have been a great show. And I'm like, yeah, it's going to be a great show.
gonna be,
Like,
yeah, exactly.
and then I'm happy I got to see him there. Like,
Yeah.
I'll go anytime now to see
Yeah.
them. Right? But yeah, he's got me
Convert.
onto he's got me hooked now. Like
Yeah.
I've always liked him anyway, but that
Yeah.
kind of that hooked.
Yeah, no, to see him in the Commodore is, if you're going to do it, that's the ultimate thing. Obviously, also when you got to see him, obviously it's their show. It was just them.
Yes.
It's their show. You got a longer set than what we did because we saw it in a festival environment. So I think you got somewhere in the vicinity of something 13 tracks. Ours only got 8 or whatever.
Yeah, 14, which is yeah.
It was
You guys
fine.
had- yeah.
Because you're seeing, we were seeing 2 concerts in one night.
No, I know.
Essentially, yeah.
essentially, right?
Yeah.
So I think I was fine with that. Otherwise, I mean, we never would have left the
I
festival.
say 8 seems like a lot for a festival.
I
as
think
well.
so, yeah.
Usually
Well,
get
if-
like 4 to 6.
Yeah, because
Well, you also have to take into consideration, like when Tea Party plays 8 songs, like their songs are stories. So
Yeah.
it's not 8 3-minute songs.
No.
It's
Oh,
8
no, yeah.
12-minute, 15-minute songs.
Like their sets an hour, no problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like they only did the 14 songs, but yet it was almost 2 hours. Which normally you're getting normal concert, 17 songs roughly in 2 hours? Roughly?
Give or take.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Our Lady Peace played 13 songs by the look of it. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Their songs are shorter though.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So they played 13,
And
but I think they went longer too.
But they were also the headliner of this
Yeah.
festival. So they did play longer. What was I going to say about it? I lost my thought. Oh well.
It'll come back to you.
yes.
It will. Oh, and also, what did you think of seeing them? Obviously, you saw them in two different places now that you recall. So how did you compare Abbotsford to seeing it in the Commodore?
It was much better at the Commodore.
Yeah.
More intimate.
Yeah. It sounds different too.
The start of the show wasn't very good sound-wise.
Oh.
It looked like there was a delay on the snare drum. So he would hit it and then we'd hear it again. So it was like
it was a new drum set that night.
Yeah. So
Oh yeah, because
He had
so
a
on
new
this,
drum set.
so,
So by about the fourth song, it was fixed, which
Yeah.
I was like, oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Because it was driving me bonkers. It was
We saw
not
him
good.
talking about it, that it was a new set.
yeah, like
So I don't know if they were just playing with it, not mixing it right.
Because
or-
they had to do something. I think they had to lift it or something. He was saying, what did he say?
Okay, so what it was is so for this summertime set, DW is sponsoring Jeff Burrows drums on this set or this tour. So it's not his regular set and it's not spiked down
That was it.
like he normally would. So even to him, it was a little odd, like obviously getting used to
Okay,
the
I
set.
don't feel so bad. I guess
Yeah.
I was hearing
So
it right.
you were, yeah.
He might have like only hit it once, but then if it wasn't bolted
Balanced
down
or whatever,
correctly,
yeah.
it could have went. I don't know.
Yeah, he probably had to adjust it because
Yeah.
they did do a sound check, I think, with it because we were watching it.
Yeah, what I love about Jeff Burrows, and he's the drummer Tea Park, is all except for on our show, which frustrated me. But before almost every show he actually does a Facebook Live.
Mm-hmm.
So he literally, on your show, he did a Facebook Live. He's in the Commodore and he walks around the whole venue and like, okay, so this is where our change rooms are. This is where we come down. And then he walks out to where people will be sitting. Here's the different
cool. It was
areas.
nice to see the back side of everything, yeah.
You get this whole little tour of the Commodore for yours. Even showed the green room, which I knew was off to the side of this stage and stuff. And then what I didn't realize is I always wondered where the change rooms were. There's a staircase and the staircase goes up. So all the change rooms and everything are actually above on a second level. But he goes around and he does this, or at least the last couple of years, he's done this on every show he's done. So when we saw him in Abbotsford, I got to see the whole
Behind the
setup.
scenes.
Okay, yeah. See, I wasn't
Backstage
following
at
him
Abbotsford and
back
everything.
then.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's kind of cool. And he goes around, and that's part of the reason where you're like, so him and Stuart share a change room or whatever, and then Jeff Martin's got his own room, and everything. Jeff's got his own separate things. Like Jeff seems to be a bit of a diva.
He's a princess.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I don't know. Like I said, I like the shows, and obviously you grab the set list from all the shows that you saw and how it has changed a little bit to this one,
Yeah.
because that's something that they said before on. Yeah, they're gonna do something different, so they're playing some of the older stuff that
Yeah,
they
some of
don't
the deeper cuts. Yeah.
don't normally get to play. Obviously, mine was a little bit reduced than yours. What I like though is I'd have to bring up my set list compared to yours. Is one of the things they like to do is they will incorporate other bands' music into their music.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they did that a couple times.
Yeah, but what's nice is I looked at Halal's list compared to ours. So in the middle of one of the songs, you had one artist, and they did it. Now for my set, they played the same song, but they inserted a different artist on the song.
Yeah, ours was in excess because they just came back from Australia, so they kicked in the in excess.
Yeah, I think they did that too.
Did they on yours?
They did in excess.
I had it up on mine. Just
And then it was painted black in the last one.
I thought they did.
But
Yeah, never tear us apart.
Yep. Yep. So that was
Yeah,
it was different.
I do. I like it when they do that because
Yeah.
you're like, oh, this is a different song. Oh, we're back to the other song.
Yeah.
Yeah, bouncing around a little bit,
And
but
it
it all
blends
kind of
so
blends
perfectly the way
yeah.
they do it,
Yeah,
so.
you wouldn't realize. I didn't even realize at first, and then I was like, oh, wait a second.
Yeah.
They added in there. It was good.
So what did you with Heavy Coming Down? What did you have in the middle on yours?
That was Never Tear Us Apart.
Yeah, so they had NXS Never Tear Apart.
Yeah.
We had With or Without You, you too.
That's what it was. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then when Sister Wake, what did they play in the middle?
Painted Black.
Painted Black. So that was the same. They kept that one the same. Did they play anything in the middle of The Messenger on yours?
No.
So on ours, they had the Messenger, and then they went into Tragically Hip Bob Cajun.
Yeah, which they did in Abbotsford.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I said, they get to do it, and then like I said, okay, so I had 9 songs and you had 14.
Yeah.
So
I think it was good.
it was good.
You always want more, but I think
always
9
want
was
more.
still good.
When do we not?
Right?
Well,
Well, you hit it's so mellow of a concert, like you just go off into space, and next thing you know, it comes back, and you're just like, oh my god, that was a couple hours, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I was gonna say I was spoiled a couple of years ago when I saw them. So I got to see them in the Commodore, and it was I think the 20th or 25th anniversary of Temptation.
Yeah.
So they did 2 sets. The first set was they literally played the Temptation album in its entirety, did an intermission, and then they came back and played all their regular music and stuff
nice.
like this.
Yeah, he was quite happy.
Yeah, that's a good album.
Yeah.
Well, like they said when you played the Bazaar, he's like, all right, let's just get this over with. And then they played it. But what appeals to you for the Tea Party? Why? Why do you like them? Well, I'm just the reason why, because I know you like Zeppelin. I know you like all these other ones.
Well, and I think that has a lot to it, is bringing that Middle Eastern influence into the music. So much like when Beatles did it, much when Zeppelin did it, and stuff like this, bringing these sounds which, typically to our people, in lack of better terms, it's not sounds you would normally hear. So to blend it with music we like and to bring in this other sound, it adds that whole new element to the music. And I think that stems like further to my passion with music, where I like listening to all the different kind of music, because all of a sudden, you take elements from this and you bring something like that, and that fusion, and like I said, that goes back to, here it is again, getting the goosebumps, is that fusion of the two musics and how well it blends together, and like just how much, I enjoy the sounds of it and stuff. Like it brings me joy. It could be the darkest music in the world, but there's just something about the sound and just the way it fuses together, which
But do other bands do that for you, or is it just them?
Well,
Good question.
I would get a similar reaction from Zeppelin and the Beatles, because they would have done the same thing. And it's always just that, like, to take your straight rock and roll music, you're listening to it, and then all of a sudden this, the bongo beats from a Middle Eastern sound or a sitar or something coming in, and you're just like, what is this? And this sounds so cool. And that's what I think comes to the base. It's just so cool. You get to experience all these different things. That's why, like, once again, take another one of the bands I like, Apocalyptica. It's played on cellos. It's played on a symphony instrument, and it's rock and roll.
Yeah.
There's just
very good too,
there's just something about that. Like
does it make you excited?
it does make me excited. I'm here. I'm trying to do a podcast. I'm speechless because
you have no way to explain it. It's a good feeling.
The feeling, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I know when I played with the Race, and then we wrote that mellow song compared to the other songs, and I suggested to Jason, let's get sitar in it.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, that won't fit. Next thing you know, he's got a guy from Surrey playing sitar. And it totally made the song.
Yeah.
And it's that same, it almost lined up with the Tea Party stuff, which, this came in.
Well, yeah, because it brings that
90s,
another element, like another depth.
That's a good way to put it.
To the music or whatever. And I think that is why, like, Commodore especially, or Tea Party especially in the Commodore, is you're in such that intimate thing, and you've got all these sounds, and you're in this tight enclosed space, and like I said,
is it like a hug?
It is. It is like a warm musical hug. It just vibrates through you, and it's
a musical hug.
It is a musical hug, and it actually, in that sense, it connects to every person in that room. Like everyone becomes a part of this.
Does it like touch the emotions that most men don't like to talk about?
Probably. I won't talk about it.
I'm sorry. I'm not trying to. I'm not being like. I'm being serious.
No, I know,
because that's what it seems like. Because it seems almost like a. euphoric event for you, like very much a teenage awakening. I don't know like how to explain it. It seems like it's a
You have a passion for the tea party that you don't show a lot of with other bands.
The only one that kind of compares would be Def Leppard. That's the only other band I've seen you get as excited about, or not as excited, but close to the same excitement.
Yeah, like there's just something in it, and like you might not be far off, as it does kind of hit an emotional core or whatever.
Yeah. I can see it on your face. Mm-hmm.
Like in some of this, you have to go back. Is at a certain point in time in my life, prior to you and stuff like this, all I had was music.
Mm-hmm.
So when I can go back into that time, and so like you're taking Led Zeppelin, you're taking Beatles, like you're taking all this music, and now you have, like I say, a new band. Tea Party's been around for a while now, but like you take another band that brings in those same kind of elements, that same kind of feel. It is a nostalgic kick. It's just all these feelings, emotions, sounds.
I get it.
Yeah.
Because probably that's the way I feel about Leopard, but another one you guys don't like buy. Like when I saw the G3 tour, like that's the same way.
The same euphoric kind of thing for you.
I just sit there and in awe and forget about the time, and
well, that's just
you forget about everything else around.
Well, that's
you,
just
right?
it. Is when you get in there, it's you, the band, the music. Like it's all one, and yeah, the stresses about life and what you have to do. That all evaporates. Like it's true escapism.
Yeah, because he doesn't even pay attention to me when it's on. He is like in the zone. He's focused.
Is this why I've gone to Tea Party?
Sometimes without me.
With the child and not with you?
No, it's just because I'm like, okay, we've already seen them twice this year. You want to go? You go with someone else. Okay, I'm okay. I'm good. Yeah.
But that's what I think. That's what music is supposed to do.
Well,
it's supposed to take you away from the real world, if you want to call it, with all the
give you
stuff that's happening in the world right now, especially for us and what we've had to experience through the 80s and obviously the 90s and now with everything else that's going around.
It's a good dopamine hit.
Yeah, it's just something that all you're doing is focusing on that.
And it's another one of those things is you're obviously bringing other elements of sounds from different things, and you almost want to go experience those cultures now. Like you want to actually do the physical travel to see where these things originated, and like in essence, I think they mentioned it in the thing is we're going to take you on a journey and stuff like this. And it feels like that, and it feels like you want to go on this journey. You want to experience this yourself.
So are you saying you want to be like, what are they called? The ones that follow the band around the world? Groupie, yeah.
I don't know if I'd be a groupie.
No, but there's another name. I can't think of the name, but it's like a groupie or whatever. And they follow them from city to city, and then you could follow them to a different part of the world and see the. In that context, I don't know if you would like it.
I understand what you're saying. Like, I think what I'm trying to say on this is I want to go experience like where this sound originates. So, like going to one of my favorite Led Zeppelin songs, which would be Kashmir. So the sound of Kashmir is I would almost want to go to Kashmir to see what it is like out there.
You'll step off the plane and go, nope.
I've never became so white and so fast in my life. No, don't get me wrong. It probably would be like that for me.
You're like, woo! Okay, we're going to get out of this area.
Not to mention some of those places are extremely hot. So I'd be like, yeah, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
But it does open you up like taste for different music and
yes.
Right?
Well, yeah, I think that
you want
gives
to explore and find something else.
Yeah.
That's related to that or close to it or something.
It gives you that appreciation of the music, and it's someone out there has experienced and is bringing it forward for someone else to experience it. And it's cool because not only do they take that music and give it to the audience, but they put their take on the music, and then it makes you want to seek out music similar to that. Because that would be cool. And then I like those stupid things, the reels and stuff like this, where someone will literally take a country artist and a rock artist, and they will blend their music together, and all of a sudden you've got this fusion, the mashups, and it's amazing. I also seen other ones. I thought it was absolutely hilarious. They took Wizard of Oz when she's leaving Munchkin Land, and they put it to. I've seen it to both Rob Zombie and I think it was Slipknot or something like this.
Disturbed.
Oh, wow.
Or Disturbed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a version we didn't know we needed, right?
That's what he says too, actually.
But it's funny because the music just blends. Like I do it just.
I was gonna say you do this all the time.
I do this driving. As I'm driving, obviously I have music going in my car, and I will watch pedestrians on the street.
They're going with the beat,
and they pretty much watch it. It actually gets frustrated and go, they're not following the beat.
I'm like, they can't hear your music.
But yes, I people watch, and music is just way too much in me. I feel if I fell over and cracked my head open, it would just it'd be a music box playing.
Yeah. Music notes just falling right out of the...
Yeah.
It'd be cool. Did you want, because obviously on this, we did get obviously to see Tea Party, and we are talking about Tea Party. We also got to see Our Lady Peace on this same festival. Did you want to talk about your Our Lady Peace experience?
I don't know. I didn't really think about that. I mean, it was really good. I think it was good. It was obviously longer than the Tea Party, which that was okay with me. I didn't really, I actually didn't know how long they were going to play for either. I thought they were going to, I didn't know that they were headlining. I thought they were going to go on before the Tea Party. So,
well, no, I knew they were headlining.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
We didn't buy tickets until that day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we weren't sure how the weather was going to be, and I didn't want to be outside in the rain.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you.
Well, I bought the Tea Party tickets like a month before the show.
A month before. Well, yeah, because I was like, well, we'll see. And then it was an all day festival, and then there was 2 other like local artists I think that were playing earlier, and we didn't go till like 6 o'clock. I was like, I don't think I want to be there for 6 hours. I'm good.
No,
That's a long time.
Nothing to the artists. I did listen to some of the music beforehand, and they are actually good. It was hot. It was a timing aspect. I couldn't justify being in that field for
6 hours. Well, and it was it was porta potties too, and I was like, I'm not doing that.
That brings back memories for
right? I know. That's what, as soon as I saw it, because I was like, oh, it's a stadium, like an outdoor stadium. Like they're going to have regular bathrooms, which I think they did, but they blocked them off, and they just had the porta potties. And I was just, as soon as we walked in and I saw them, I had that flashback. And I was like, okay. I was like, I'm not going to the bathroom tonight until we get back to the hotel because. And we had our first experience using Uber in Canada. So
you say that like it was a bad thing.
So we don't fully know how Uber works to begin with because we only used it a couple times in Vegas.
Okay.
And Canada is a little different. So the first time we looked at it, it was like saying $25 to get there. We're like, what the hell? And then we logged back in. It was $11 and like 88 cents. We're like, okay, that's not bad. Let's do it. So we got into the Uber. He was really nice and he explained some things about Uber. And I was like, oh, that's really good to know. Thanks. And then it went later. The concert went later than we thought it was going to go because Our Lady Peace was on for, like I said, quite a while. And it was supposed to be for 10. I think it was supposed to be for 10. And they didn't get over to 11.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it was good. It was that part was, I feel like that was like an actual rock concert with Our Lady Peace. I'll get back to that. So at the end of it, we're like walking out. I was like, I want to get out of here before, because I'm like trying to get him, and he's like, he went live on Facebook or something. I'm like, no, let's move, because I could see like the crowd is starting to get like restless because it's like the last song. I was like, we can hear it. Let's just walk to the thing. So we get to outside, and he calls for an Uber, and it was like $25, and I was like, what the hell is it, $25? And then we waited a second, and you could see it ticking up. It went up to $28. Mm-hmm. I was like, just book it. We waited for like 20 minutes for our Uber because there's only so many Ubers there. Mm-hmm. And everybody was using Uber for the event. I was like, if I knew.
Yeah, it's surge pricing.
It's surge pricing goes on it. Then, what's funny is, so obviously you book in it and it connects you to a driver. Mm-hmm. So the thing is you can see on the map where you are, and you can see on the map where the driver is.
Yes. Yeah.
What's frustrating is you're watching it and the driver's going the opposite way.
He was going by where our hotel was.
Yeah. And it like, what it was is he'd already picked up a fare at the event, literally drove them to our hotel, and then had to drive all the way back. That's why it took so long. Yeah. And the whole reason we did the thing, like the venue has free parking, but it's a stadium that holds up to 6,000 people, and between what's there and the surrounding areas, there's only about 600 to 800 parking spots.
Right.
So
We didn't think we'd get parking.
and it's not our hometown. We don't know.
Of course. Yeah.
Okay, screw it.
Do Uber.
We'll do the Uber. And like we did it. We paid for it. The Uber drivers, both of them, very
Very nice,
friendly,
yeah.
very nice.
Yeah.
Gave them tips,
Good
everything
good
like this.
experience with it,
It was good that way. I just wasn't a fan of the inflated pricing.
The second the driver who picked us up, when he explained to me, he's like, yeah, no, he's like, this is my third trip, and they were to your hotel. And I was like,
Oh man.
damn it. He said, so he's like, next time, he's like,
Do
book
the
it ahead.
Oh, okay.
He's like, because if you know approximately what time you're coming out and you book it, you can get it at the price that you're seeing at. So you won't get charged the surge pricing. I was like, oh, I wish I knew that,
There you
because
go.
I
You
would have
learned about Uber.
Exactly.
I was going to say
learned about
sometimes
Uber.
there's one that an
Share?
option that's like a share or a split.
I don't know if that's on the Canada one. I know it's in the States.
Yeah, we did that in Vegas numerous
Yeah.
times. We
We
did
did the
the
split, but
share.
the
But
share ride wasn't here.
It wasn't
Okay, I haven't
wasn't
Ubered
allowed.
here more than once.
I know,
or
because that's
twice,
what I was
think.
looking for. I was like, hopefully they have it and then we can split the
Yeah.
ride and then it doesn't cost as much. I didn't see it on there.
No,
Bummer.
it didn't. It didn't come up on that one.
Yeah.
So it was odd. It's funny though because other
I know.
people.
Lame.
I know. Like they need to bring that into Canada.
Yep.
We need to have
It
that.
also gets frustrating because obviously other people are booking Ubers and Uber drivers are showing up, and then you can't find the people that they're looking for.
Yeah.
And
you're like-
you can't take that Uber driver because you're not
No.
committed to that
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
We had that
Right.
experience in Indianapolis too when we went to the 500. Like,
Did you?
Oh yeah. Like calling back and forth with the Uber driver. I'm here. Where are you? Oh, I'm over here. Okay, I'll be there in a second. You get over there and it's like, oh, Nell, where are you? Oh, I went back over here. I'm like, oh,
Okay, one of us needs to stay
Yeah.
and then we'll come to you.
And well,
Exactly.
then that's what happened is one people, like, I guess they came in a second entrance. So they're actually on the other side of the stadium
Yeah, and the
waiting
Uber
it
driver
while
was on the
everybody's
side.
coming to this side.
Yeah.
So,
because they usually have like one pickup point or something like that.
So
yeah.
those people are now racing literally across the stadium
Yeah.
To get their Ubers.
to their Uber driver.
Yeah.
Because they only wait like 2 minutes or something before they
Yeah.
take the next fare or something.
Well,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
this guy actually waited.
He did because he figured they were lost.
Yeah.
Which
Oh,
was nice.
that's
He's like,
nice.
no, I figured you'd come. I just, where you were. I didn't know where you were. So, because he just kind of looped the parking lot a few times. But, so, I mean, it was a decent experience with Uber, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Our Lady Peace. What do you want to say about Our Lady Peace? Did you think it was good?
Yeah, no, it was good. Like we've seen him before as well, or them
Recently,
before,
yeah.
recently. I enjoy he brought this story up at this one and then the last one is when he was first getting into music. He wasn't sure, I think he left school, left home. and
He
so-
wanted to be in music.
He
It was-
wanted to be in
You're talking
music.
about when he went to the ceremony or something?
The Toronto Festival.
Yeah, and he went to leave. They were going to leave because he didn't like the music.
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh, no. The woman he was with, they're like, let's just stay for the last band. And they did. And it was,
So pretty much this last, I don't want to spoil that part yet, is they stayed, they paid the money for the tickets. Okay, fine, we'll stay for the last band. They stayed for the last band, and the band had a profound effect on him in the sense of art, music as an artistry. And it really cemented him for the desire to actually make art.
the art of it. Yeah.
And it coincided is that this little band at the end of a festival in Toronto at that time was pretty much unknown, but that band in particular was the Tragically Hip.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. So they did do a tribute, like they did it when we saw them.
Yeah, and so he played I don't remember which one it was exactly right now, but he did play a Tragically Hip song, and just he really relays this story. It sounds like he's done this story numerous times if you go and see him, but it's just that particular one moment just kind of cemented music
in his
as his career of choice.
Yeah, I think he said that. I think I've told this story many times, but I'll keep telling it because it's really true to my heart of why I like music or why I'm in the music industry. Didn't he bring up a little boy on stage?
Yes,
So
he brought the whole
cute,
family.
The whole family.
Yeah.
He's like, what's your name? Blah blah blah. And the little guy said his name, and this is your parents or whatever. He's like, let's bring him up on stage. He's like, we got to treat our our little fans, new fans, right, or whatever, and brought him up stage and had them over in the little corner.
Sitting on the side of the stage or whatever to watch the.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
That's pretty
and
cool.
talk to them a little bit. So that was nice. So yeah, I mean, it was good. That was different than when we saw them last time. He didn't do that. Probably because this was more of a festival. So
Yeah, it was
to bring them up.
and one of the things, so he was a good example. This is because obviously the previous episode we had talked about Bon Jovi and stuff. So he's one of those ones, obviously artists that came out in the 90s and stuff like this. And I think I said this last time we saw them is, so one thing with his voice is there's your 20-year-old voice,
Yeah.
and there's your 50-year-old voice.
Yeah, his voice has definitely changed.
So your songs don't sound the same because you now got this deeper voice or whatever. Doesn't mean it's not good. It just sounds different. And that's one of the things with the show. So he's still singing the songs, he's still getting it, just sounds a little bit different. But they do put on a really good show.
They're very much a rock concert.
Yeah.
That's the best way I can put it. He engages with the group so much, and he wants everybody up and dancing, and everybody was. They were singing, dancing, they were screaming the words. Very much it felt like a big rock concert, but in a smaller area.
Cool.
So it was...
because there was one part on it, and like I said, so festival environment, so there's parents and kids, like everything is there. One of the songs for Our Lady Peace is Innocence. So obviously I did have my camera and I did film some stuff. So when I filmed he was playing the song Innocence, and I actually filmed there's little kids that were spinning each other around in the field during the song.
Rolling on the grass, and very much a family oriented kind of song time, because there was even somebody there with a baby, like an infant. I was like, I would not do that.
No.
But good for you.
Yeah.
Because it's something there's not a lot of things you can take your kids to anymore, and this was definitely family oriented, so there wasn't like swearing or boobs being shown or
Right.
anything like that.
Not like the Motley Crue concert we were talking about.
Rock and roll concert things.
Yeah, you could tell there was a lot of fans there for Our Lady Peace. There was still some there for Tea Party, but I think it was definitely more an Our Lady Peace crowd. Because once the Tea Party was over, some of them left. Some of the people that were there just for Tea Party. So it was like, oh, that wasn't very many people. But I think it was, just more oriented to that. I don't know why. They talked about, I don't think they'd been there before. Was it Our Lady Peace hadn't been to Langford before?
Yeah, probably not because I think the stadium is relatively new. Like obviously it's a soccer stadium, so it's been
because they usually just come to like Vancouver, right?
Yeah.
So and I think I could hear people in the crowd like, "Yeah, it's about time," that you guys are coming to us,
Coming to the
right?
island,
Coming to the island, because I don't think they get a lot of the.
Yeah, well, like we take for granted where we're at is we have in essence two venues within almost equal driving distance, so we get the lion's share if they come up to Vancouver, except for Triumph. What the hell's with that crap?
No kidding. I agree with you on that one.
But we get the lion's shares of the bands. If they're going to come to a Canadian date, we have the Vancouver, the Abbotsford, they'll come. But
so the Islanders have to come this way.
Some do. Like I know Tea Party is.
There's the Stadium Victoria that has concerts.
The Save on Foods.
Save on Foods Memorial.
Yeah. They do, yeah.
So there is a lot of bands that will still do it, but not all the bands
it's
do
usually,
that.
just here.
Because it sounded like the Tea Party had maybe been to that area before. They knew it. But Rain Maida, he was kind of like, are we in Victoria or Langford? Like, I'm kind of confused by this. And everybody's like, it's Langford, but it's Victoria. It's like, what? Okay, well, all right, Victoria.
And for those who don't know, is obviously like any place you have you have your city core. That's obviously the city, and then you have the surrounding
like
towns.
Cloverdale, White Rocks, also.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what Langford is. It's pretty much the Burnaby of Victoria, really.
Yeah.
It's just on the outside.
Yeah.
So it was good.
But it was enjoyable.
I was skeptical before we went. It was good though.
Glad you had fun.
Yeah. Better have after paying all that money out.
And it brought back good memories.
It did. Other than the porta potties, it's just like, because I'm like, have they cleaned them? Because they didn't at the other one. I think all day with only like 10 porta potties. Like,
Yeah.
no, I think there was more than 10. But they had like, people had stuff for sale. We didn't even look at that. I should have kind of looked and seen what was
Well,
for
yeah,
sale,
because they
but-
did a whole festival. So, like, yeah, you walk in, obviously, first thing she sees is the row porta potties along the fence.
Yeah. Trauma. I had PTSD.
We went past that real fast.
Real fast.
So then just aside from it is over here, so not on the field, but just off the field, is they literally had a marketplace. So there was local vendors
Artists.
and artisans and stuff like this selling their wares
Nice.
in the middle of the festival. And then obviously they had bleachers sitting at the very end. You had the full open field to the stage.
Which actually, that brings up something.
Yeah.
So bleachers were like $68 a ticket. Seats were 100 and something. And the grass was even more. You could have bought any fucking ticket and just been on the grass.
Yeah.
Because there's nobody policing anything.
Oh,
so
jeez.
I'm like, why did I spend $108 for a seat over here when I could have paid the frickin' bleacher price of $68 and wandered around and sat in any seat I wanted to and been on the lawn?
Wow.
I was
That
like,
sucks.
that's stupid. Then it
Yeah.
should have just been one price for everybody. So that,
Yeah, like
that's
a general
my only
admission
beef.
pays
Yeah,
price.
because it was like general admission all over.
Wow.
Because she mentioned this, so I'm going to bring this up, and I don't understand people.
No.
Okay, this doesn't. Yeah, so obviously it's festival. Anytime you have rock band, their artists changing, there's teardown set up. So we got to see Tea Party. Great. So wanted to stretch our legs. Went, saw whatever snacks or whatever they had. So we left our seats for a minute. Obviously wanted to sit down before Our Lady Peace comes on. And as she mentioned, like anybody could sit anywhere. We came back. There's two people
in your sitting seats.
sitting in our seats.
Sitting in our seat.
Now, when I bought my seats, obviously, we bought it that day. I bought a row where in essence there was like our two seats on this side.
Yeah.
The rest of the row was blank except for two seats on the other side. So it was a row that we
empty.
pretty much had
To yourselves
to
almost.
ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I hate when people want me to move because they need to go get a beer.
Yeah.
So we get there, two people are in our seats. And we're like, well,
And
unfortunately,
I'm guessing there's nobody else.
No, there's
Nobody-
Nothing else. Nobody in the rest of the row.
nobody
No.
is
Yeah.
sitting in the rest of the row. And so we politely mentioned these are our seats or whatever. And Alice, but the rest of the row is empty.
I said, yeah, go ahead. I said, they weren't paid for it. We looked when we
Yeah,
bought them
like-
today.
sit where you like.
Yeah.
They moved over
One.
2 spots.
Oh my God.
Clint was sitting,
So-
you can't see that, but he was sitting all squished up and he's just looking at me and fuming. And I was like,
I don't do well. Like I know I like all these venues and they're tight and all this, but I don't do well being tight against people. And yeah, they were in our 2 seats
And they moved over two.
moved to the next 2 seats. And I don't know what to do, and so I'm sitting there and I'm just because
I probably would have been like, would you mind just moving over just like one more seat?
Yeah.
Just so that we
Yeah,
all have a
just-
little bit more room.
right. Yeah.
There's nobody else buying tickets here. So
That's
you
what
can
I
sit
said. I'm
wherever.
like, that's why I'd said it that way, right? I'm like,
Yeah.
you can sit wherever.
Yeah.
And they moved. And then, but they did move because I think they might have heard us because I was kind of whispering, like, what the fuck? Like, the whole row is open. And so they did move, but they only moved over one.
yeah,
So it was like us two, one seat, and then them. And I'm just like,
Well, it's still better than nothing.
it's better than nothing. But then they're drinkers. So then luckily he kept on climbing over the seat, going down to go get his drink. But then she wanted us to get up. And I'm just like,
Go that
go
way.
the other way.
Yeah, go the other way.
Go
Right?
the other way. You're pissing me. Oh, okay. So no, this is. Have you guys have heard thruples? Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I wasn't sure you were going to bring this up. Okay.
Well, so because obviously I people watch, and I was watching. When we came in, there was a girl, a guy, and a girl in the very front row of where we were sitting. And the reason they stood out is because the one, I could tell it was a wig, but it was really pretty. It was like white, and then it went blue, and it was like braided down or whatever. And it matched the outfit she was wearing. I was like, that's super cute. And so when we were sitting in our seats and I was just watching and looking around and I was like, they're all touching each other. I was like, are they a throuple? A throuple out in the wild. And I was like, to each their own. That's totally cool. I don't like, it doesn't bother me at all, but it was very interesting. So they had my attention for a very long time. I was like, I want to understand this. And you get to that point where you're like, I really want to ask questions because I'm just like really curious and really interested in how people's relationships and the dynamics work. But yeah, it was interesting. I'd never seen anybody in a throuple. I've seen other.
Was it kind of like the person in the middle had their arm around and then the two were like holding hands behind his back?
And the guy was in the center, and this girl had her head on his shoulder, and the other girl had her head on his shoulder, and then she's rubbing his back and then touching the other girl over here, and then they're both snuggling in, and he's all, I'm like, that guy must be really happy.
Yeah, right?
Super duper happy. And then the other thing we noticed was one of them was trans. So that made it an even more interesting dynamic to me, because I was like, oh, they're trans. Like, that's so interesting that we have now a throuple. And I'm just like, how do you make that dynamic work? I'm really, really curious, because the guy seemed totally, like I said, enamored with both of them.
Yeah.
Was kissing them on top of the head and like giving them little pats and everything. And I was just like, oh. That's really cute. Not for me.
That probably would have held my attention for a while.
Yeah,
too.
it totally did.
It doesn't help. Like, okay, so I'm in letter F or whatever, so they're letter A.
Yeah.
Like, they're literally just below us.
Just an eye shot. And I was like,
course.
aw, what's going on? I want to now go ask them questions. I'm like, no, I just don't want to be rude, but can you just please explain?
Right?
I think that's the difficult part. Is you see it, you're curious.
Yeah, totally
and
curious.
It's not, you don't want to be offensive or anything like this.
No.
You're just generally
You're genuinely curious.
Yeah.
But I'm
Like, how did you meet each other? Like, I really want to know. I want to understand this dynamic, because it's just not in my world. But yeah. I don't know.
Wouldn't that be funny if they listened to this podcast?
That would be super
interesting.
fun. And especially because it's Victoria, right?
Yeah.
Like, I would expect that in, like, well, I guess Vancouver, Vancouver is bigger, but I just didn't expect on that.
Victoria still feels small town.
It feels
right?
small town
Yeah.
to me. I mean, mind you, like, the island has always been a little more progressive, honestly, than the mainland, because that's where all your granola crunchy people are. So, yeah, I would think.
Yes, but they roll up their sidewalks at like
They do, but
eight or
I'm just
nine,
saying
like
they go with the flow kind of people. It's almost like the flower children of Vancouver,
Yep.
the island.
Yeah,
right? So,
no, it is
peace,
cool.
love.
If they do listen, if they aren't listening,
Please let us know.
answer the question. Talk to us. We're curious.
Super curious.
We don't judge
No, we don't
anybody.
judge.
We live your life.
Yes.
Do what works for you.
Love who you want to love. Don't
be
care.
proud of yourself. And if you can, educate us. Those who aren't
Yeah,
there. Let us know.
Yeah.
Like,
For sure.
Yeah, I always ask questions of anybody that I actually know that are in different relationships. I'll be like, "Hey, you gotta explain this to me."
I think lots of questions. I ask nothing.
I was really like, I'm going to ask you questions. So like, okay, what you got? And and they'll honestly tell me, and I'll be like, "That's so interesting." Okay, I had no idea. Great,
Yeah.
right? People,
Exactly.
There we go.
it's very interesting. Anyways, that was our experience at the concert. It was great.
Anything else?
Well, we need to get Vicky to go see the tea party.
We do.
We need Vicky to actually listen to the tea party.
I will endeavor to do so.
Yes.
And I understand it may
You don't have
not
to
be
like
for
them.
you. Yeah, it may
Oh
not
yeah,
be for
no,
you.
totally. Like I'm
You-
totally open to listening for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And with that, we'll catch you on the B-side.
Thank you for joining us on the Music Roundtable. Please like and comment where you listen to the podcast. And make sure you hit subscribe if you haven't already. You can also find us on Facebook and Twitter and let us know what you'd like us to talk about. Until next time.
Hey there, music lovers. Did you know that getting licensed to share music online is not just the right thing to do? It's also super important for supporting creators and the music industry. That's why we're proud to be licensed by SOCAN, a copyright collective that grants licenses for online music broadcasts in Canada. By getting licensed through SOCAN, you ensure that every beat, every note, and every melody that you play is compliant and fair to the creators. Join us in supporting the music community. Visit SOCAN's website at www.socan.com and get your web radio, podcast, or any other use of online music licensed today. Let's stream beautiful music together, legally and ethically. SOCAN. Music, people, connected.